Hello and welcome back to Compassion for Companions. My name is Skylar Bennis, and in this episode, I will be going through the different services dedicated to pet loss. This will entail the different options that pet owners have for arranging either burials or cremations, as well as keepsakes for pet remembrance. I will be highlighting the ranging costs associated with these options. The costs listed in this podcast will be the average cost found on multiple sites from veterinary offices as well as pet cemetery service sites. For the duration of this podcast, small animals referred to here are those such as rodents, small dog breeds like Chihuahuas, puppies, and kittens. Medium-sized animals referred to here would be medium dog breeds and cats, while large animals would be very large dog breeds or farm animals such as goats and sheep. Larger farm animals, such as cows, will have similar costs to horses. To begin, I will talk about burials. There are two different options for pet burials. The first option would be an at-home burial on private properties, and the other option would be burials in pet cemeteries. For the first option of an at-home burial, the cost associated with this is very affordable or even free. Owners can choose to dig a hole for their animals on their own or hire someone to do this for a fee, depending on how large the hole needs to be. Owners can also choose to have their animals buried in a pet cemetery. This can cost between $400 to $600 for the burial plot and another cost of $50 to $500 for the casket, which would be wooden or plastic. The size of the casket will also affect the price. Pods biodegradable burial pods are also an option for small to medium-sized animals, and these can range from $10 for small pets up to $50 for medium animals. For large animals such as horses, services can range from $275 to $350 to hire a backhoe to be able to move the horse to an owner's property. Transporting the horse can also cost around $2.50 per mile to be transported. Tombstones for burials can cost between $150 to $1,000 depending on how large and extravagant the tombstone is. What is engraved on the tombstone and how many letters there are will also affect these costs. For these types of services, owners should contact pet cemeteries in their areas for exact pricing. The other option for owners once a pet has passed is that they can have their animal cremated. Cremation services can vary in cost depending on the size of the animal. Smaller animals cost between $50 to $100. For medium-sized animals, costs range between $100 to $150. And for large animals, the cost ranges from $150 to $350. For large animals such as horses, owners can choose to have a partial amount of ashes returned to them for $425, or the full amount of ashes returned to them, which can range between $475 to $535. Owners can choose to keep their ashes or spread the ashes over a place of their choosing. If owners choose to keep their pet's ashes, they can choose from remembrance cremation urns, which can vary in price depending on the type of urn they choose. These urns can be plastic, solid wood, or marble. Wood urns can have the pet's photos placed on them or their names engraved. These urns can range between $50 to $200. For these services, owners should contact their veterinarians or pet cemeteries depending on the services offered at their veterinary office. When owners cremate their pet, they can also choose to have a small amount of the ashes placed into a cremation pendant to be worn as a necklace. These pendants can cost anywhere from $25 to $300 depending on the style and the stones in the necklaces. These necklaces can be found from a variety of online stores. Once purchased, owners can either bring their necklace in and ask for them to be filled during the cremation process or do it themselves using the ashes in the urns they have purchased. Before owners lay their pets to rest, they can choose between a few items to use as keepsakes for their pet's remembrance. They can choose to have their animal's paw prints imprinted in clay or cement to make a mold to have as a keepsake. Clay casting kits can be purchased online from a multitude of retailers and range from $10 to $30 depending on the quality of the molding equipment. Owners can also have their pet's paw pads or hoofs coated in ink and be used to make paw or hoof prints on paper to keep and frame if they would like. For this, all owners will need is ink and stationery of their choice. Another inexpensive option for memory keepsake is the use of whisker jars. These little jars can also be found on a multitude of websites and can range from $10 to $100. This cost varies with whether the jar is solely used to decorate or be placed on a necklace, then the cost will vary with the type of chain and jewels used in this necklace. This concludes the 6th and final episode in the series, Compassion for Companions. We hope this podcast has helped to educate veterinary staff and clients on the different services dedicated to companion animal loss and client care topics. On behalf of everyone here at Compassion for Companions, thank you so much for listening.